Hello, everyone. I'm AT Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. It was a pretty decent day overall on our Tuesday. Once the cold front came through, we saw those dew points drop into the afternoon, and we did have a few pop-up showers and storms in the afternoon along that front, mainly east and southeast of Eau Claire. But today we are looking at a very pleasant summer day with comfortable temperatures and those dew points being comfortable as well, because it will be turning very humid or steamy again, however you want to phrase that, again starting on Friday. And then we are going to be also seeing rain chances return to the area as well, more so as we get into the weekend. But I also want to mention, too, we did see that air quality alert that was in place be allowed to expire yesterday afternoon. With a weak cold front coming through and a northwesterly wind today, we may see another push of that wildfire smoke and haze later on this afternoon and into this evening. I don't think it's going to be enough to warrant an air quality alert to be issued. In fact, a lot of the data suggesting that it will stay in that moderate territory today, but it may briefly get into the lower part of the orange category in spots. So just be aware of that, but I don't think it's going to be anything too concerning in terms of maybe air quality alerts being needed once again, at least as of now. But tomorrow, as you see, everything gets pushed back up to the north as we do end up seeing a southerly wind taking over. As you can see here, by Thursday and Friday, we'll have south to southeast winds, and it might be a touch breezy in a few locations with maybe a gust up to about 20 miles an hour or so. But other than that, the southerly winds will also be bringing in those higher dew points and will be warming back up as well, which I'll talk about here in just a minute. A lot of sunshine, though, for today. A few of those little fair weather cumulus clouds in the afternoon. Mainly clear skies tonight. A few clouds overnight into tomorrow morning. There may be a stray sprinkle or shower up to the north and west, but chances look to be pretty low there. And most of the day Thursday is actually looking dry. Some data does show at least a slight increase in the shower and storm chances. This model's not really showing that, or it's keeping it to the northwest anyways. So tomorrow night and Friday, rain chances are really in that isolated territory, about 20 to 30% coverage. So I'm really not expecting a ton of activity. And most of Friday is actually looking pretty good as well. But then shower and storm chances will start to pick back up again as we get into Friday night, as a cold front will approach, and that will eventually turn into a stationary boundary. And you can see here the rain coverage is in that 40 to 50% territory from Friday night all the way through early next week. And there are some, questions that still remain on this, including the position of this boundary is really the biggest key, and that'll determine whether or not who sees the best chance for showers and storms, also how warm and how humid we end up getting. It's still going to be very humid regardless, but the European model is suggesting dew points maybe as high as the mid-70s. Overall, I think we're going to see highs in the 80s over the weekend with dew points in the lower part of the 70s. But if that boundary goes a little further to the north, well, we may have to nudge up temperatures and dew points. If it goes a little further south, we'll have to nudge that down a little bit. And also, too, that'll be key in where the shower and storm chances will be highest. Also, heavy downpours can't be ruled out, and a few strong to severe storms can't be ruled out either. So something that we will be monitoring very closely here over the coming days. So check back for updates. But today, though, not looking at anything close to that. A lot of sunshine, highs between about 75 and 82 degrees. Tonight, we're back into the mid to upper 50s. So another comfortable night ahead. And then tomorrow, slightly warmer, about a degree or two warmer tomorrow with upper 70s and lower to maybe a few mid 80s farther south. And then on Friday, we'll see highs in the mid to possibly upper 80s with, again, those dew points pushing back towards 70. We'll be around 85 degrees Saturday, 83 Sunday. Again, depending on the position of that boundary, we may have to nudge those numbers up or down. But we do actually drop back into the 70s heading into the middle parts of next week, and dew points will also be coming down as well.